Welcome back to Improvision Entertainment. My name is Hunterman, and this is Euro Truck Simulator 2. Now, I may have already done this particular trip, but I don't have it marked off, and today's today's attempt here is to go for achievement. We're trying to get achievements ticked off. Get them prepared, the whole go through. We're going to see how if the game likes to crash when I Alt-Tab between, because it's been a long time since I played Euro Truck Simulator, and by a long time I mean like 2-3 weeks. There's going to be plenty of rust, but also I am trying to press forward on achievements because the current poll has everyone attempting, being asked what games they'd like to see me finish and or complete, and tied for first place right now. You know what? This is the rust of not paying attention. I don't know why I just started doing like a normal delivery. Obviously, I need to follow the card that's in front of me. Yikes. Let's just reload that checkpoint and act like that didn't happen. So, what I was saying was, the current poll is for people to vote for what games they would like to see me play on stream that I haven't yet completed, right? So, part of those games that I haven't yet completed is Euro Truck Simulator. That's on there. It's currently tied with Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, which one time long ago, way back PS2 era, I almost completed. Now this is a super wide load, so I'm going to have to be aware of the outside of the truck a little bit more. I've traveled these things before, but and I hope that you guys enjoy watching giant big boxes, because that's what we're going to be doing right now. I have determined that this truck has over 1,000 kilometers, even though if you're watching the playlist, you'd know that, because I recently did it. I just could not recall if I'd already swapped trucks after it happened, and it was kind of hard to read the display on the inside of this truck, if I'm being completely honest. But I did figure it out. It is over 1,000 kilometers, so after this, we might switch achievements. But for the moment, we are doing a special delivery from Istanbul to Edermine, and I just realized I can't see. I can't see that my lights are on or not. Yes, Rosa, it is a big special delivery. You are correct. Oh, there we go. I got my lights on. Okay. How you doing, Rosa? It's completing Euro Truck Simulator 2 is going to be an entire adventure, would be my answer to your question. I have to move very soon. I'm going to begin moving this week. Going to try and take this entire computer setup to the upstate, 100 miles away. Hopefully the entertainment center with the television too. And so I have that to look forward to. Tomorrow morning is basically going to be my, I don't know, goodbye stream, my departure stream. Currently, if anybody wants to check what looks like my schedule is going to be on the Discord, is for the best updates. I even changed the thing on Twitch finally, so my offline screen actually says, I don't know what the schedule is, check here later. But part of the poll I have going on right now, I don't know if, I think you voted, Rosa, is for what games to finish and what games to complete, and and also Stellaris games, and this is tied. Well, thank you very much for voting. This is currently tied for what game I should complete on the list. Completion, obviously, a little bit lower priority than finishing, because it's going to require so much more time. Okay, this is going to be a nightmare. Hold on. I'm rusty, and also I think I bumped. I've learned my lesson with this giant package sometime in the past. I would love to look over and see what you just said, but hold on a second. This is actually tricky, and I haven't played the game in many days. This game can be completed. I thought it was a sandbox. Ah! Is what Rosa asked when I finally was able to look over. This game has achievements, so that is what I will consider to be a completion. And I will say, having started with American Truck Simulator, which is basically running off of this game's engine, but is like, I think 4 years newer, that game has much more sensible, reasonable achievements. I'm looking over at the chat room like you're there, but you're actually over there at that green light. Alright, so in any event,
keep right, and then exit.
And the one of the achievements, I'm trying to remember what it's called,
Right.
is basically completing every single special delivery route. So there is a route from Istanbul, hard shoulder violation?
Keep left,
Hard shoulder violation. First of all, I don't know what that is. I don't think I've ever gotten that fine. What the hell is a hard shoulder violation? I can't even begin to fathom. So, and there's a lot... Use the rightmost gate? Okay. There's a lot of achievements in this game that, like, one of the achievements, for example, is basically travel every stretch of road in the game, which doesn't actually mean that. It means like 90-95% of every stretch of road in the game, but still, well, more like 95-98. Okay, hold on. This is gonna be... How do I fucking fit? First try. Rosa asks, I don't know what that violation is. Do you have all the expansions? Currently, I have all the expansions. I don't have all the DLC because a lot of it is just paint jobs. But, I'm one of those old school gamers that tries to get the best deal on how things are packaged. So, I will say that I did all the math. And the last time the games went on sale, I figured out the best combination of bundles and game files and expansions, yada yada, to get basically all the content but pay as little as possible. So currently, please keep cargo between the escort vehicles. I am. So currently, I have access to all of the regions of Europe, and also the heavy, special, and there's a third set of variety of cargo, and I have all those. So I have all the, let's call them the content packs. If you're playing The Sims, I would say I have the expansions, and I have the stuff packs, but not the, what is the third tier of Sims packs that are just like items? But in any event, I functionally have every part of the game, yes. And so this is part of Special Transport, which itself is a pack that gets updated every single time you add a region to the map. So, like completing the world map, every time you add an expansion, if you haven't completed the existing trophy, the existing achievement, you are adding more stuff you have to do into its progress in order to get that achievement. That is a lot of roads to discover, you're not wrong. My longest trip in Euro Truck Simulator was, I believe, from a place in Great Britain to Istanbul, Turkey, and in character, the delivery took, I think, 5 or 6 days worth. Its estimated driving time was 48 hours. That guy seems a little close on the side. What is this guy doing? White car, please leave. You're doing me a concern. Yeah, they just recently added Iberia, which is the Iberian Peninsula, which is Portugal and Spain, which I was a little surprised to discover wasn't already in the game, but considering it is the thickest, chunkiest DLC that they've done, because it's not as much space as some other DLCs, but it is filled to the brim with like cities and locales, which is what's going to happen when you're in a place in the world whose civilization has existed for several hundred years longer than any place you could live as an American. So many roads and oh man, so many toll gates. You're not wrong. Have you visited there, Rosa? Or do you live there? Actually, I can't remember where you said you're from. Because, or if you said that at all. Because I have a lot of international viewers. You're in the Netherlands? Or you visited the Netherlands? Netherlands is one of the expansions. I think I have that. I think. Netherlands is Scandinavia? Yeah? Forgive me, I am, as I often say, a stupid American. I did not do well in geography. Hi, Nightmorphous. What's up? It's good to see you guys. I was not expecting to have an... Oh, hey, like, Eorzabeth came back with 2,000 euros in her travels. Definitely not Scandinavia. Well, then if that was offensive, I apologize. Netherlands, Netherlands, Netherlands. Oh, you're in the original game? So the base game for ETS2 or the original Euro Truck Simulator? Amsterdam, Rotterdam. I know these places. I think I've driven to some, but like I can't picture where it is. You have to keep in mind that in the geography of Europe, there's like 20, 30 countries, whereas in that same amount of space in America, we have 48 states that are all the same country. 2 countries north of Paris? Whoops. Okay, so Netherlands is just to the south of the channel, or just to the right of the channel? That is the line that goes underneath the water to Great Britain. Also, did I say how you doing, Nightmorphous? I forgot to ask. Okay, hold on. The change lane is coming up, alright. Whoa, that is a major change lane. You really changed that lane, you taught me. Because Paris is kind of in the center of the Central Europe map, if I remember correctly. Wish I could get the engine to be this quiet all the time, but cruise control is kind of messy in these games. Rosa says, we can actually be considered not adjacent to the channel, but it helps, I guess, the northeast point of the channel. Okay. You know, until I played this game, I didn't realize... I thought, because of video games, actually, and because of movies, I thought everywhere in Europe traveled on the left side of the road. And that is something I had to learn while playing this game. Like, I did not know that was not the case. Let's see, I have 99,000 euros. I don't know if I can do a garage extension just yet. I'll have to check my garage situation between runs. But yeah, so this game has achievements like, you know, your standard. So, like, going for every portion of the map is going to be a huge ordeal. But along the way, there's going to be things like visit every city in every region. Like, every single region and expansion pack has its own achievement. So that if you look at the map, I don't know. So you see how Tekerdag down there has an orange name? That is a place, a city that I've officially been to. So every time I take one of the game roads or take one of the city locations that goes from being gray because I haven't traveled to it to being orange, that's another bit of progress on like getting the cities. So do the whole map, I will be completing achievements that are also doing the map on the way there. Rosa says, very happy you decided to play Euro Truck and learn. I'd be very awkward if you visited and drove on the wrong side of the road. Well, I mean, the chances that I will ever escape the United States are very low. Did you know that it requires money to give up your citizenship? No particular reason I ever looked that up. But, you actually have to pay money to give up your citizenship. That's very American, I think. Yeah, in order to no longer be counted as a United States citizen, I think you have to put forward at least like $1,700, which is roughly half of what I make in a year. Because regardless of my nice setup that I try and go price hunting on things, I don't actually have almost any money. Then again, there are countries that do not allow you to give up citizenship at all. Oh, you know what? I never really thought about that, but you're probably right. Authoritarian regimes being what they are. There are some countries that also say you can't have dual citizenship. I know that. Some countries are like, once you have our citizenship, no other citizenship counts. I did find that while I was looking stuff up. Trying to think. Oh, okay. So there's doing every type of heavy cargo, which I think I've done all but one of. There's doing every route of heavy cargo, and since Iberia got added to the game, there are more routes to do heavy or more routes to do special transport. There are achievements such as deliver to every farm in Scandinavia, or deliver a yacht to every naval yard. And like, there's just a bunch of achievements, so I can, if I put my mind to it, I can make progress on all the achievements a little bit at a time. But it's part of the reason I don't really mind like playing this as a kind of like a bonus stream situation, because it's straight up going to take me, let's just call, okay, hi. Straight up going to take me like months to do. Why are we stopped, guys? Why are we stopped? Never really looked at the achievements, but those sound like major time consumer? Yes. Well, that's the thing, right? American Truck Simulator's achievements are more along the lines of, yeah, there's the obligatory, we'll call it, go to every city in a state. Okay, makes sense, I'm with you. Like, but there's not a drive every individual road on the map, which this game has. And as you might imagine, every time you add to the map, if you haven't already gotten that achievement, then as you add expansion packs, you are further and further away from completing that achievement every time. You know, kind of like how when a game gets an expansion pack on PlayStation Network, and even if you have the platinum achievement, your percentage for getting achievements has reduced. So you might be listed as having the platinum achievement, which you only get for getting 100% of the game, but now your percentage says 82% because an expansion came out, even if you don't own that expansion. Really kind of annoying. But Euro Truck Simulator has like deliver to all the wineries, or from all the construction yards, or go to all the logging sites, or do a really long distance trip without getting any fines. I did that one. That was fun. That was, I believe, over 600 miles, which is not a big deal for that game in Grand Total. It was over 600 or over 1,200 or something like that miles as a delivery without damaging your trailer or getting any fines. So I did that one. Hold on, there's issues with my controller setup right now. Okay, this again. These special transports are so wide that I'll often go into third person to go around corners and stuff. I mean, look how narrow a passageway this is. I legit am having trouble right now believing this is fitting. Night Morpher says, what are you shipping, an entire skyscraper? No, but you can ship a silo like you'd have on a farm. That is something I have shipped before. What is this called? One second. This is called, quote-unquote, massive tech part. That's what this is called. So, it's in a giant square box. I guess you can use your imagination. I don't think it would be servers. That seems unlikely. But it might be like part of a centrifuge, possibly. Quote unquote massive tech part. That is what I am currently shipping. I find these transportations to be very chill, and I'm so happy you guys are here, because otherwise there's a lot of dead air. I have to like just pick a topic and go with it. Which reminds me, part of that topic situation was, so I had to allow the word Zog in chat the other day because I had a bot disallow it, and I did not understand why. Yeah, Zog. Z-O-G. So, the main bad guy of the JRPG I've been playing recently, his name is Zog. So somebody in the chat was like, oh, I thought when you fought Zog that was going to be like the end of the game. By the way, the game isn't ended yet, but it's probably ending tomorrow morning. And their chat got flagged for Zog, and I'm staring at the screen going, that's probably something terrible. I don't know what that is. I'm going to look that up later, but, like, why is that flagged? What does that even mean, Zog? And turns out it means Zionist, like, organization something something. Basically, it is the acronym for a white supremacist group. And I was like, oh no, Zog has not aged well. Like, that is not what the person in chat was using that name for. Oh, also, randomly earlier, that person had that person has a cat that is a particular breed of cat, which is, it has coon as one of its names, as the breed of cat, and that got flagged too. And I'm staring at it. I was like, well, I know what that is. I know what horrible term it thinks that is, so let me allow that. Wait, would you look up that those are giant? What do you mean? Oh wait, I have the right of way. I don't have to slow down. I have the best card in Milborn's. I have right of way. Suck it. I don't have to slow down at all. Like, I know what terrible thing coon is, but it's not what they were saying. It was the name of their cat. There you go. Maine Coons. Yeah. Here. I see what Rosa said, but nobody else does. Allow. I'm gonna get in real big trouble later when these things are marked as allowed, and somebody comes in and tries to say those things. But at least I'm a human person, and I'll be able to catch it. That, you know, context is important. We're not just calling somebody that name. We're referring to like a type of cat or what. Was that you, Rosa? It's very odd. It's the official cat breed. Yeah.
At the roundabout, take the third exit. Keep right.
Hello, message. Rosa asks, what does that refer to according to you? I guess I'll allow it because you're asking. Never heard of it used for anything apart from the cats? Ah, well, there you go. I had not heard of the cats, and I had also not heard of it as a word, but unfortunately what happens sometimes on stream is when I'm talking with other people, conversation things will come up and somebody will be like, oh yeah, I can't believe you're allowing that because of this, and I'm like, wait, it does what? So I didn't know, just like you don't know, what that term otherwise means. How am I gonna make this? Okay, we're good. Coon is yet another, because there's so many, racial slurs for a dark-skinned person, a black person. Well, actually not even black, actually. I guess it's just dark-skinned.
Turn left.
Because I've heard someone called a, I'm not gonna say the full name, but Dune, followed by that name. I think I'm gonna hit that. Yeah. I got distracted. I was distracted by chat. Shit. Can I keep pulling forward? Really? What language came up with that slur? I mean, I only know most of my slurs from, like, that I hear as, you know, Americans being racist. But that's because I'm American. I grew up relatively sheltered, so that there were some things that I know that I've said growing up were racial slurs that I didn't know were slurs when I said them. Like, I try not to say I got gypped anymore, for example, because I didn't know what that meant. I thought gypped was its own word that meant its own thing. Not what it actually is. And one time a couple of months ago, for the first time in years, it just popped in my head, and I said, "Are you out of your cotton-picking mind?" And then I stopped, and I looked at the camera, and I was like, oh my god, is that racist? That's probably racist, and I didn't even know. Like, I wasn't thinking about it. Like, but that is something I used to say, but I used to say it because other people said it, and other people said it, I don't know why they said it, but like... But only after realizing that cotton pickers are generally accepted to be a certain group of people from, like, when it would have been a term that I would have heard it, like, it's a whole thing. I was like, oh crap, I think that's racist. My bad, I'm gonna not, like, say that. Hey, Cruising Iberia, got my check mark still. Okay, so, that particular run is done. If I didn't have it before, I have it done now. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark it off on the list. I'm having trouble seeing it, so I'll do it between recordings. So on that note, for everybody who is watching later on YouTube, I thank you for watching. This has been Euro Truck Simulator 2, presented by Improvision Entertainment. I've been Hunter Munn, and I will see you in the future.